In my opinion, what makes this question challenging is all of the information that you're given. The the root of this question and the math that you have to do is actually really easy math. The hard part is trying to figure it out with all this information. So we've got this scatter plot, and the scatter plot shows US population and years since 1920. These numbers are given in millions of people. But here's the meat of it. So it says Darren determines the equation for the line of best fit to be this. So he gives us the equation of the line of best fit, and he says Y represents the population, so that's what it shows in the graph, in millions of people, and X represents the number of years since 1920. Okay, so here's the key information that we need. Now, based on Darren's model, what is the projected US population in millions of people for 2040? So that's what this equation gives us. Y gives you the population in millions of people, which is what we're after. X, what you're going to plug in, is the number of years since 1920. So all we really need to figure out is how many years have occurred since 1920 up until 2040. So we're just going to simply subtract those. So I'm going to take 2040 minus 1920, and that gives me 120 years. This is going to be my X value, my input. So I'm going to plug that into the equation. So here's my equation, Y, which is what we're after, the population, equals 2.33 times the X value, which we just calculated is 120, and then plus 92.05. Forgot my decimal. It's right there. And again, so you can see this math is not complicated math. It was just figuring out what to do to get here. So now we're going to multiply these together. So 2.33 times 120 gives me 279. That's not a 7. 279.6. And then plus the 92.05. Add those together and we'll get our final answer. I have a cheat sheet down here. That's what I'm looking at. 371.65. And that's your answer. Okay, so again, the hardest part on this one is just all of the information. Really, you just have an equation and you're just plugging into it. So keep it up. You're doing great. You will master the math.